never says a word. Hope he hasn't died.
Something's up with Jack.
Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host Booge.
Hello.
And before we get into the movie, like always, I have to go over the 3 rules we have here. The first rule is our rating must be a 5 out of 5, being 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Number 2 is we can only give a Jeff Goldblum if the film makes us say we want our money back. And number 3 is we can only give a God tier a 6 out of 5 if we both agree that it deserves it. And I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to you, Spooge.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy Halloween to you.
Yes, it is, as of release, it is actually Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
It is literally, so it's very fitting that we are reviewing The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ayo.
And I mean, we don't have to really say it, but we do. 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5. Anyone who's seen this should know that, and if you've never seen this and then you know us, then you should probably have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The people that listened to our reviews should have saw this coming. I mean, they kind of didn't because we switched up Fringe December on them halfway through. We were supposed to, after Hesher, we were supposed to do Friday and Next Friday and Baytown Outlaws, but that's completely done with. Obviously.
Yeah, we'll come back to that at some point, yeah.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I say that a lot. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I have to say, I have my top 5 films now. There will be a playlist on the channel now. Yeah, this is my 5th favorite film. First favorite film, of course, is still Hesher. Second, Repo, the Genetic Opera. Third is Fight Club. Fourth is Friday, and this is my 5th. The reason why this is below Friday is it's got to be Halloween or Christmas for me to want to watch this film. That's the only downside for me. That's my that's just my personal,
Oh yeah.
That has nothing to do with the film. Like, if I saw this film being played another time, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, this is bad. No, I would still watch it, but just my personal preference got to be Halloween or Christmas.
Which is, I mean, 2 times out of the year. That's good.
Yeah. And it's fitting for both holidays, obviously. I mean, that's that. I hate to say that. I don't hate to say it. It's what makes it even better, like, of a film. Like, it's 2 holiday films in one. Like,
yeah.
How many holidays can I know some try to pull off the Thanksgiving and Christmas vibe at the same time, but they always kind of shirk the Thanksgiving part, and it's just
yeah, because who gives a fuck about Thanksgiving other than eating?
I mean, I think there should be at least one Thanksgiving holiday movie. I think that it's a market that hasn't been tapped into yet.
Hey, you got the was it like Turkey Run or some shit? Turkey Day.
There was that one chicken.
Owen Wilson.
I don't know about that. There was the Chicken Run. That, I guess you could say that's a
different.
That's
not a Thanksgiving one. That one's
no.
That one's basically a Holocaust movie with.
Yes, but we're getting off track. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. I was just trying to make a joke at that stupid turkey movie that Owen Wilson.
I have no clue what you're talking about. But
Freedom Birds. That's what it was.
I have never seen that. But we're supposed to be talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Where to start I hate that it's been a minute since we did one of these.
I mean, the visuals are nonstop. Like, it's.
I mean, this is the pinnacle of claymation. If this has got to be the first claymation film people see, right? I mean,
because I think what it kind of like mocks too, especially when they go into like Christmas Town, is like those old claymation like Christmas movies, you know.
yeah. I mean, for modern day, this has definitely got to be the first one you see.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of bunch of Zoomers that haven't seen this.
I mean,
and only
if
know
that's
Jack
the case,
as the guy that's at Hot Topic.
No, that's another thing. This is nostalgia for me. There was a point where I would say there was a point in my life where I would say this is my favorite film, because this was literally the film that I would watch with everybody, and that this is the only film that I would watch with anybody.
It'd probably be like in my top 10, maybe. I wouldn't say it's in my top 5, but I very much enjoy it. It's definitely nostalgic too. I've known this movie since I've had memories.
Yeah, it's seen it so many times.
And I mean, music's hands down. Probably like perfect. Though I mean, there's only really like 3 of them that I really go back to, you know.
To be honest, there's only 2. I only go for the first 2 songs. To be honest,
2 songs.
Yeah, the first 2 songs are my favorite, and then I don't dislike the rest of the soundtrack, but it's just not something that I could listen to over and over again, you know.
Oh yeah.
It complements the film. That it's definitely still banging. I mean that's to say that cringy term. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think
Danny Elfman fucking kills it as Jack Skellington singing voice.
Yeah, and Jack's Lament.
Yeah,
probably is our favorite, right?
Oh yeah, the second. I believe that
second song.
Out of everybody that was watching this with us, it was everybody's.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
And then my personal second would be Sally's song.
Which I know I jokingly said he was Herbert Mullen in group chat, but he's so supposed to be fucking Spring Hill Jack.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
True.
Ah man, gotta keep it going.
Oh yeah, sorry. I tell you, I get it. So I mean, yeah, third. Actually, now that I think of it, third favorite. I said Oogie Boogie in the chat, but he probably is my 4th one. It's the opening song. That would be This Is Halloween.
Is my second favorite as well.
That's my 3rd one. Yeah.
Oh, third. Your third. Okay, good.
Yeah. Then Sally's song was my second.
I have to say now. I wasn't even. Oogie Boogie song, You're Joking, is definitely my 3rd favorite, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, he's someone, and I've looked him up before, and he's like, other than this movie, that the voice of Oogie Boogie didn't ever really do anything else. And I was like, damn, I was looking for like an album, or, you know, he was like a band or had a musical thing.
He did really good. I mean, that's unfortunate, but sometimes you just get that one thing, and that's all you need.
But hey, you got plenty of Oingo Boingo. You want some Danny Elfman?
Yeah, I mean, Danny Elfman is very popular.
I always want to dive deeper into Oingo Boingo. Like there's always like a couple songs I always go back to, and I need to do a deep dive, because I do really like what I've heard.
What do you think of the Santa Claus? How do you think they did the Santa Claus? You know,
the voice of him was really great. It sounded familiar. I wonder who he was.
I would have no clue. I know Paul Rubin was Locke, and that was thanks to Murda. And Sally is the same. I want to say her name's Christine something, but I could be.
Oh, it's in the chat. Let me see.
I know she plays the Home Alone mom. She plays a great Sally.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Catherine O'Hara.
And who was Santa? Because he sounds super. It was kind of. I was gonna look there, but I didn't want to look away from the screen. Nightmare. But you think that that this being a god tier, that everyone would just agree, and it's,
no, I know
Edward
why this,
Ivory. I don't know who that is.
This is also, unfortunately, this is definitely still cult strongly a Tumblr film.
Mm-hmm.
Like like that is seeded. So I can see the
Tumblr sexy man.
Yeah,
I can. Honorary one, yes.
Yeah, I can see the stigma that comes from it. Just this is definitely like a very cultural film. That's one thing to say, like that. There was a culture that definitely like adopted this film, and I can see people not even ever seeing this film and just going, nah, it's because these certain people like this film and adore this film and worship it. It's got to be terrible, And then, of course, you also have, this is less prominent, but this is also loosely a Disney film, so you got the people that just hate Disney beyond belief. They just have to hate everything Disney does, even though this is more Tim Burton than Disney, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
And also, like, you shouldn't be hating on, like, the animators that Disney treats poorly. I mean, it's like they're not the ones that are, it's more the background. It's the suits that people should be angry about with Disney.
Yeah, and boycotting films like that just to like hate them, just to not even see them is definitely a thing that happens, especially with this film. I can also people, just hate goths and emo, so they're gonna hate the. And this is if you're a goth or an emo, you definitely went through a phase where this was the film that you had to watch to quote unquote make you feel better.
And I'll definitely say if you don't want to support Disney anyway, because I mean it is, I mean it's on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, that I believe that's not the only way you could watch it, though.
Yeah, but then just pirate it, because it's been out for a long time.
Yeah,
they get so much money from merchandise. You're not taking anything from them.
You can buy it used. That you can find this used for sure.
Yeah, or just pirate it. It's definitely like a thing if you don't want to support Disney, but like, I won't be supporting the good art in here. It's like they're fine.
But I would more strongly say buy it used, because that you more likely going to find it in a local business now than at your typical. I'm not saying go to Walmart or something. I'm saying like go to a pawn shop or something and support them, because they definitely have a yard sale or something, because this is definitely being sold. VHS copy direct. Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely can find this. Find it used. Support support some local business or support a Goodwill,
Yeah. But not everyone will agree, as I said. So let's look at some people trying to make their point with some more negative reviews of this movie. So we have a little bit something to challenge us.
It's hard, and it's hard for me to talk about, because I want people to go actually watch this film instead of just me blabbering about
this is perfect. This is a perfect Christmas Eve movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sit around, watch it with your family, your roommates. Gather everybody around, have some Christmas cookies.
Have some eggnog, and you definitely got to chug your eggnog because there's a specific scene that actually has the word eggnog, and you have to chug. You have to chug your eggnog.
That'll be a game, yeah. Chug your eggnog when they say eggnog.
They don't say it. It's on the chalkboard that when I did the cringy joke of Make sure you carry the one.
Yeah.
I got two.
All right. From Invisible Unicorn Ninja on IMDb.com with a 5-star review. This movie is dumb.
What?
Is the title of his review.
But why give it a 5-star? That makes no sense.
I actually would understand that's mid-tier, and sometimes
I don't know. My bad. Yeah. I'm
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Yeah.
IMDb. This is gonna be 5s out of 10 because IMDb does 5s out of 10.
Yeah. I was not aware.
Yeah, it'd be our equivalent of a 2.5.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some good things about this movie, like the songs and animation, but the plot's really dumb. This movie's watchable, but if you try to think about the story too much, you realize how stupid it is. And that's the review.
Sir, how is the plot stupid?
They gave no explanation. They just went, which
I can tell you how it's not stupid. I mean, but it's really, I find it really ignorant that I would have to explain the plot. Like,
yeah, especially to someone who hasn't explained what specifically they find stupid about it.
Because, I mean, is it Jack finding out about Christmas and wanting to do it himself because he's tired of doing Halloween? Is he talking about
it's
sudden...
a silly movie. It's silly in tone.
Is it I guess you can say it's kind of rushed, the climax is, but you kind of have to have it be rushed because it's Jack coming to the realization that he fucked up and he has a very short limited time to fix things.
Yeah. This movie doesn't need to be long. It's very much like it's a Christmas story, you know?
It's a Christmas/Halloween story.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like the themes of it, like the plot of it, is very much reminiscent of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or the other one that's like animated like that too, with the Heat Miser and the.
Yeah, for sure, that is true.
Yeah.
We'll have to review those one day. By the way,
Yeah. Some early claymation. So let's go. Maybe someone else has actually something more to say, more to defend their point of this not being god tier.
We'll look at stupid.
Yes, we'll look at CC the Movie Man 1 with his 4 out of 10 review.
So this would be
Inventive,
it would be a 2-star. It would be a
inventive
2 out of 5
but
for us.
unappealing film. And gives a warning for spoilers. I just never found this story to be appealing, and I gave it several chances because, as I usually find Tim Burton movies, visual feasts and interesting, even if I don't agree with his bias. His bias?
What does that have to do with? There is no bias in this film.
Or in any of his films, at least from like his old ones that I could think of.
Not that I know of. Not that I've caught on to.
What's the bias in?
Does he give the bias?
Beetlejuice.
Please tell me. Please tell me he.
Maybe
he at least
I was never comfortable with an animated film being so dark. Okay, this is.
What?
Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna make I'm gonna keep going. Even some of the songs had dark and mean-spirited lyrics. It did get better after the first 45 minutes with Jack trying to be Santa Claus, but delivering the wrong types of toys. Santa Claus won out in the end, which is good to see. And there was a nice little romantic ending between Jack and quote-unquote Sally. Why do you put quotations?
I don't know that.
It's an inventive film, to be sure, with a lot of clever animation, especially for its day. It's now over a dozen years old, but I just get too many bad vibes watching this. Sorry. There are lighter, nicer animated films, at least for kids, to watch than this.
That person obviously
just
doesn't care. Like, it has nothing to do with the plot. You just obviously are disturbed by the visual.
They got scared.
Yeah, they got scared and don't want to admit it, so they blamed it on the plot.
I don't know. I don't want to fully like assume about this person too, but with the bias thing on Tim Burton.
I guess he is saying Halloween is better than Christmas.
I feel like this is a very conservative person. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay. I just don't know.
Because I see a lot of like the way that they say that. I kind of just think of conservative people who like. There's some of them that you will just see in any Hollywood movie, like any slightly like, not even a liberal message, but like something that could be considered even the tiniest bit liberal. They're like, oh, this movie's so biased against me.
Oh, snap. They think Jack is a symbol for the left, and Christmas and him trying to take over is symbolic for some...
Maybe? I don't know. They peed their pants a little bit. Oh, here's a 3-star review.
Oh man, that would be.
Let's hope that there's a pretty good some paragraphs here. Hopefully they'll give us a clearer image of what's so bad about this film. Instead of just saying it made me uncomfortable or kind of dumb. This is SD Davis 63. Memorably quirky but lacking in substance is the title. Tim Burton has a history of putting out as either a producer or director of rather quirky movies, and this may well be his quirkiest. Quirky it definitely is, and unique and original as well, but one can't give a lot of points just for being originally quirky. Somewhere along the way, a movie has to entertain. It has to have a strong plot. The Nightmare Before Christmas, as intriguing as it is, doesn't do that. There's enough here in terms of story to make maybe a 10 or 15-minute short film. Stretching it out over an hour and a quarter is a bit too much. I found the whole thing got tiresome rather quickly. That's the first paragraph.
What the hell are they talking about? Stretched it out for an hour and a half. To be honest, they could have stretched it out longer if they wanted to.
Maybe.
They could have built up. Maybe they could. They could have built up Boogie a lot more. They could have spent a lot more time on Boogie.
Mm-hmm.
Had a whole.
I wouldn't have minded a little bit more time on Boogie.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like they could have had it more prominent of he's gonna be the antagonist and less just here he is and you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's for an hour long or hour 25, which is not that long for a movie. It feels even quicker. In my opinion.
It feels too fast for me.
Mm-hmm. And let's go into, maybe we'll get more into detail here. The story revolves around the character Jack Skellington, a skeleton inhabiting an animated nightmare of a place called Halloween Town. Halloween Town, okay, he's just explaining the movie. Does he give anything negative in this? No, this is just a plot summary. We've seen the movie.
That yeah. All right, so we're gonna.
There's an important message here about being yourself and not pretending to be something that you're not. And watching this and its assortment of memorable characters, certainly an experience. I just didn't think that it was made for a good feature. 3 out of 10. It's like mostly they've said mostly positive things, other than them just saying like it should have been 15 minutes.
Yeah, that. This couldn't have been 15 minutes. Like, the first two songs alone warrant 15
Yeah, I don't
minutes.
think all the songs together is just 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I will agree that there's weaker songs than others on this, but every song was necessary. I mean,
Yeah, they all serve a purpose. Every line of dialogue serves a purpose, and every character serves a purpose. I mean, it's to build the world around you in a quick succession because you only have an hour and a half or an hour and a quarter
mhm,
with this world, so they have to throw it at you in quick succession. Actually,
mhm. Is there any one-star reviews? Wish you actually let me, because that's what I'd be more interested in. Because a lot of these, even the three ones, it's like, it seems like they're just like, not my taste. But I wanted to get an example of someone who vitrioli hated this film.
oh, I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure there's plenty of videos, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of our I know we don't get comments, but I wouldn't be
Oh, here
surprised
we
if we get
go.
a comment or two that's like, these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They even.
And I know you were trying to end it before, but
No,
since I
we're
can't
good
find a
now. We're
one-star
good.
review,
We're good.
hmm,
We're good now.
we're good now.
Yeah, we're good. I
Okay, I'm
thought
gonna
we
leave
would
us
have
with.
to, but we're good.
Oh, okay. Well, since I'm this one sounds a little bit more vitriol. This is a 3 out of 10 one by Sneaky Sneasel.
Ooh.
Most overrated movie in existence is the title of his review or their review. Um,
I wouldn't say most overrated, but to be honest, I do see some people's arguments with that.
yes. I mean, there's.
I unfortunately I will have to throw that out there. That some people probably do praise this film a tiny bit more than is necessary.
I mean, this is a holiday fun. You know, it serves its perfectly. It serves its niche perfectly. That's why
I'm talking about the people that basically decorate their entire home based
mhm,
around this film.
true. But again, I don't let fans
Yeah, I'm saying they
put.
would overrate this film. That
Yeah,
those would
yeah.
be the people to overrate it.
And
That's all
I'm
I
sure they
wanted to point
play.
out.
I'm sure they would play it enough to where like you'd be like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to hear the soundtrack again right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's see what they got to say. People only give this high reviews because they're blinded by nostalgia. Me, having only watched this movie recently, actually see the problems in this movie that everyone else is too blind to. This movie wasn't terrible. The music and animation were very good. But what this movie lacks is any kind of importance in anything. Sally basically has no character, but the movie acts like she's important. Sally's relationship with the main character, Jack Skellington, was also completely forced. They had absolutely no chemistry with each other. The only time they even talked with each other was when Sally was warning Jack about how his desire to become Santa Claus was a bad idea. And speaking of him wanting to be Santa, that's the plot of the movie. But barely any of the movie even follows this plot. I wouldn't agree with that. It just wanders off into these musicals and scenes of Sally doing meaningless things. Overall, 3 out of 10, only because of the animation and music. Obviously, they stopped watching in between.
You, what meaningless things does Sally do?
Oh, I feel like they stopped paying attention like once she like threw herself out the window.
Probably that
Is
seems to
almost what
be.
it. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely say like I don't think it needs to be, but I mean, Yeah, I mean, there's not really much going on with the romance. I mean, I would say Sally definitely has character, though. I would disagree
I think
with
the
that.
point
I'd say
is
she
that
has
the
more.
rapport has been that this town has been around for years.
Yeah.
You know, so they all have rapport with each other, and I was assuming that this was alluding. It was supposed to be alluding to the rapport has been building over time already, and we're just now being introduced into this world at this point in time.
Yeah.
I thought they did great doing that as well.
And then Jack only pursues it when he finds out that the scientist finally moved on. Like that was obviously what was keeping them apart. Was what I
it
got
was the
from
scientist. He definitely was just respecting the scientist.
that. Yeah. I mean, but like it doesn't need that. We don't need the deep lore on on like
No.
them getting together, going on dates, or so, you know, like and also I wouldn't agree. I mean I think she has a personality. She's very, you know,
Yeah, she's very forward, and she actually like is a go getter. She wants some.
yeah.
She
She's always drugging that dude, drugging the scientist.
And it always seems to be, you know, it's obviously an ongoing thing.
Mhm. But I feel like this is definitely like they definitely stopped paying attention in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
If
yeah,
Sally was just doing things, because Sally didn't even do that much of
She
things,
didn't
just
have to.
meaningless things.
That wasn't her role. Her role was to be there to warn Jack, and then be there for Jack to rescue somebody.
And the fact that the plot is he wants to become Santa, but like it doesn't follow that plot. That's the whole plot of after he discovers Christmas.
We're not gonna get into it, but this film is has the hero's journey around it with Jack so long. You know, he has to seize the gift. He needed a gift, and Santa Claus can't be the gift. That can't.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you
shit.
know?
I thought that was gonna be the last one, but then this one caught my eye by RCH427. 3 out of 10, and they give Tim Burton a 9, Danny Elfman 0. Oh shit! So they don't like Danny Elfman.
Damn sons of bitches.
Okay, let's see what they have to say. Tim Burton created a visually fascinating environment and characters for The Nightmare Before Christmas and gave them a clever rough plot. Then Danny Elfman came along and basically ruined any potential the film had with some of the worst song lyrics I ever heard.
What in the hell are they talking about? The song lyrics it's a musical. It's
and
the
they're
script.
Great. They're so great. They're so fucking good. They're so fucking iconic.
I can't believe this. Oh god.
Since The Nightmare Before Christmas is a musical, this means that the majority of dialogue sounds like it was written by a bored 13-year-old for a junior high school musical.
What is he talking about? It sounds like it's written for a musical.
Well, for example, from a song with a lame title of What's This? What's This? What's This? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? Blah, blah. Or how
That's
about
not the strongest song, no.
Kidnap Mr. Santa Claus.
No, they did.
Draw straws.
No, they fucking did.
Jack said we should work together.
Oh god, they're just being assholes.
They're being assholes, and they're trying to take. And this is like they only took a short part of that because they could only take like. They took the most non-edgy lyrics out of that song too, and it's like, oh, if you just read it out of context, you're not getting the flow of what it, you know. of what it's going with the orchestra.
Anything, yeah, that's so He's just He's just trying to lead the conversation there.
All fucking this time, making Christmas, dissing on making Christmas. one of the funnest songs of lyrics of just all of the weird shit that they're doing.
Yeah,
but Elfman has impressive credentials and has done memorable theme songs and soundtracks before. And while I enjoy his band Oingo Boingo back in the 80s, their songs were conceptually clever but lyrically simple. I mean, simple doesn't mean bad.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people are expecting this movie to have more depth when it's
that's the
Christmas tale.
These people, these are the people that are coming in with the overrated view, unfortunately. They're not paying attention because it's overrated, so it's just annoying them. It's like don't watch it if you're gonna go in this fucking film.
Yeah, and then so he said with a better songwriter and lyricist, this could have become a classic up there with The Grinch Who Stole Christmas and Charlie Brown Christmas. They got shit on this movie. What the fuck?
Charlie Brown is classic, but Hail to the No is fucking Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown I only ever watched in school. I never watched that in my fucking free time.
I watch it in my free time. It's
charming, it's okay, but I don't know. It's just a movie that I see in school to me.
It's 30 minutes long. They're not that bad. It's not like it's an hour long or anything, you know. I agree. Yeah, but it's definitely. I'm not defend. I am kind of defend, but it's definitely not better than Nightmare Before Christmas.
No.
Sure.
Instead, it has to settle for being a visual cult film with memorable looking characters and sets, but nothing memorable to say.
What the whole film is memorable because
2004. It was this review.
Oh my god.
So I guess this was. I remember there was a period there was a good period that this movie wasn't popular. That it was just a cult film for a little bit. Then it just blew up.
I don't know because I think it know that there was a stigma. I do know there was a stigma that this was the Tumblr emo for a while.
I'm talking about before even Tumblr. This was kind of this bomb.
Yeah, that's why I'm not familiar because I am only familiar with the stigma of this film around 2008 to 2012.
But yeah, it's it definitely was a slow burner. Then all the alt kids went back to it.
but it's definitely a film that you should watch for
definitely.
Halloween and Christmas. Don't listen to
the IMDb motherfuckers from 2004.
All right,
they don't know what they're talking about.
We've gone on a little bit too long.
Oh yeah.
But it deserves it. This is definitely my 5th favorite film. If you've been listening this long, God tier. If you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please comment, and share the video around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign-off, Spooge?
Hey, if you think that this movie is overrated, give us a good explanation why. Better than these guys.
And this will be a bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And what did Santa bring you, honey?